trying to explain an anxiety attack and a panic attack to somebody is fucking almost impossible, because I struggle with them. I've had them both. I get a lot of anxiety attacks. I don't get many panic attacks. And it sucks. You feel like you're fucking dying. The difference between them that I notice, at least when I get them, is my anxiety attacks is a build-up momentum in my brain. I can feel an anxiety attack coming on, and I know what I'm doing to myself. I know that I am getting in my head, and I'm inching away at all the shit that I've built up to at least try and fucking prevent it. And it's like just chiseling away at that, and I know that they're coming. Where a panic attack just hits right out of the fucking blue. Like there's no preparation. And the first time that I had a panic attack, I thought I was having a fucking heart attack. I thought I was dying. I couldn't breathe. I was sick. I was drooling in fucking tears. I dropped to all four, and I lost it. It felt like I was dying. I mean, I'm literally like going through saying my goodbyes in my head to everybody, because it had hit me that hard and lasted that long. And so many people that I talk to tell me that, you know, they've called 911 because they think that they're having a heart attack. And I understand, I get it, because fuck. Trying to explain to somebody what you're going through, and then they try and touch you, and you're like, dude, just get off. Like, don't touch. Trying to even come up with grounding techniques when they hit is real difficult, and it's the hardest. I've never personally been able to ground myself through a panic attack because I don't have them that often. And when they hit, every time, I didn't know grounding techniques, and I haven't had a panic attack for over 2 years. I knew what they were, and I've been waited for them to come, almost like expecting them to come. But anxiety attacks, I get them a couple times a month, and that's why I'm prescribed Xanax if I can't get myself out of it, because it is a complete breakdown. It all starts in my head with like a little thought, and then it starts to envelop into frustration, and then it starts to grow into doubt, into hurt, into everything that I think I'm not, and how I'm failing, and life is failing, and life isn't worth it, and none of this shit is worth it, and fuck this shit. And it's like a volcano where it's like you see that smoke rising, and then it's just slowly starting to erupt, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. I can feel it tingling up my arms. I can feel it in my stomach. I feel my heart rate start to increase and move into my throat. And it's so different than a panic attack, because a panic attack drops me to my knees, where an anxiety attack, I'm gonna be sitting there going, oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, here it fucking comes, here fucking fuck. And I at least have time to ground myself, where I can usually break my brain out of it now that I don't go through the full thing. If I feel it starting in my head of getting my weighted blanket or my toolkit, and that's why I believe in toolkits, because that shit saves me sometimes. It's the stomach, it's the heart, it's you can feel your face start to like drop in like temperature almost. It gets warm in some areas, and it's ants in your skin. It's tears starting to fall, and it's like I have no hair to fucking rip out, but if I did, I guarantee I'd look like this still. Because it's that much into my brain that I want it out. I want it to stop. It's massive cloud of just, oh, fuck. And it's like depression is setting in with it when it's hitting. And I can't stop crying. And I'm stuck in my brain. I'm not reaching out to talking to anybody. I'm not reaching out for help at all. Knowing the differences between the two is everything, because at least with an anxiety attack, there's a trigger typically involved with it. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a counselor. I fucking deal with shit. Lost a wife and father to suicide. I had ADHD, PTSD, GAD, MDD. I get what it's like to keep getting fucking kicked. I mean, recovering addict. Cocaine and alcohol. I mean, when I was on cocaine and alcohol, I didn't have to worry about anxiety attacks because I was too fucking numb to feel anything. And as soon as I ran out and the withdrawals hit, I would start using again to keep myself numb and maintain it through it all. And so I never really experienced anxiety attacks for a while. And that's part of what had me using. And also when I got sober, it was like, holy shit, how do I deal with this stuff? And finding grounding techniques of ice or cold water on my head or biting into a lime, a lemon, something bitter to just shake my brain and get it out of here and into the present. And it's easier said than done. You know, I've watched people have anxiety attacks and they're crying and they're losing it and somebody's patting them on the back. Dude, don't fucking touch them. I mean, you got to help get them into the present. Touching somebody, all it does is add to that, especially if you're having that anxiety attack. It's like a bubble's up around you. You don't want anyone in that bubble. Like, back off. Get away. Help guide them through, though, the breathing techniques and finding out what works for them, because it's all trial and error. Breathing techniques don't work the best for me because I'll end up hyperventilating. I'll overbreathe. And now even it's making my fucking anxiety worse. And now I'm even having more trouble breathing than what I originally was. The one thing that helped me is, I mean, fuck, I've journaled after each anxiety attack of what's brought it up. And shit, things as simple as fucking money and debt have brought it up. That I start to dwell on it and I can't let go of it. And then it starts to rent space up here. And then it rents more space up here. And then it engulfs this. That's anxiety attack. Anxiety attack just builds up over time and it's fighting it off and knowing the triggers and then being able to avoid them and to get them out and diffuse it before it hits. Otherwise, you're paralyzed. You know, thankfully, it's not the end. You're not going to die. Even when a panic attack hits, you're done. You're like, oh my God, I think I had a heart attack. Well, you didn't have a heart attack. You had a fucking panic attack. Get the struggle. Sucks. But at least it does get over with. I mean, if you're driving, pull over to the side of the road and let that shit hit. You're probably not going to be on the phone with anyone. You're not, well, why didn't you call me when you had anxiety? Because I couldn't get the fucking phone. That's why. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm like fighting this shit. I mean, that's why I make sure you have stuff in your car to help you with anxiety or panic attacks if you get hit with them. If you're at work, have stuff with you to help if you get hit with them. I mean, I work on the road. When I'm at a show, I have shit in my pockets to help me fight through an anxiety attack because it will happen. You know, I get triggered a lot with the fear of failure, the fear of letting everybody down. There's a lot of fear that will start renting space up here. Debt will rent space up here. Bills will rent space up here. Failing rents space up here. And then as soon as I start to overfocus and overanalyze it and start to self-defeat and negative self-talk myself, and I'm not doing any kind of affirmations and I'm not reminding myself that I'm fucking okay, it goes fucking downhill. That's why there is help out there. That's why I like sharing about them. I mean, fuck, dude, after when I'm going through it afterwards, fuck, I'm sharing about it. Sharing everything about it. This is what I was feeling. This is what I was going through because I can't let it own me. I mean, I'm getting fucking goosebumps talking about this shit. Like, I'm like, fuck. Like, that's part of what anxiety is. It's like very, very tense. People don't understand that though. They're like, oh, you're anxious. No, my palms aren't sweaty. I'm not nervous. I'm not giving a speech in front of anybody. I'm literally, instead of worrying about what's here, it's all in here and I'm losing grip with all of this fucking reality and it sucks into my brain. I mean, during a panic attack, I think if somebody asked me what day it was or any of that shit, like I wouldn't know. I don't know what's going on around me. That's why grounding is so important and different techniques and whatever technique works for you and trial and erroring it through what works for you, whether it's smelling something, whether it's the touching, it's using your senses to come back. I mean, it works with panic attacks. And I've had people who have explained to me, you know, what they've used to get a panic attack. And I get it. The only thing I can tell you this from personal experience, like with my panic attacks, I'll need somebody around me or hopefully to God, somebody is around me to help me with some of the grounding. Because I don't foresee myself getting into it right because my biggest concern went to my heart is I'm having a heart attack. I can't breathe. My stomach, I feel like I'm going to vomit. I'm drooling at the mouth. The tears are coming. I'm shaking and I'm dying. I'm on all four. I don't have the strength to stand up. I need somebody's help to help me. Luckily, I know what I can do now okay, I got enough stuff around my house that if I have a panic attack somewhere, I'll be able to ground myself real quick. But I learned it all through trial and error. That's where I know that the breathing techniques don't really work for me. I know that the sense of touching doesn't work for me. Now, changing my body temperature works. I mean, I found out that works for me. Shocked my brain into going, holy fuck, what did you just do? That works. But it's different. And that's where I wish people understood and didn't classify the shit of anxiety attack and panic attacks are different. And don't classify people with mental illness. It's hard enough for people to talk about it. Fuck, that's why nobody shares about it, and then they're fucking struggling, and then people are touching them, and people are trying to help them walk. No, man. Educate yourself. You want to make a difference, educate yourself. It's all in the education and what you do to help someone. That's what it comes down to. You want to make a difference, educate yourself, and educate if you're with a partner that struggles with it or somebody that struggles with it so that you can help them through it. That's what it's about. I mean, that's why I started the nonprofit. That's why I started everything that I did. I mean, that's why below I have the links to my website, to the nonprofit, to the Discord, to the Patreon, to all of that. For anybody out there who struggles through this stuff and maybe wants to even share with somebody the knowledge, not even for themselves, but for somebody that they're with, to say, hey, here's what I'm going through. You got to help me. Here's how you can help me. Because we want to help the person next to us. I mean, that's why people grab you and touch you. They want to help you. They just don't know how to. I mean, I got affiliate links down below to things that are in my toolkit. I mean, I even got BetterHelp link down below if you need a therapist. I get a lot of people that reach out to me. And the biggest message that I can say is whatever it is that you're going through, that you're not alone. That you're a BAMF. That you're a badass motherfucker that's made it through 100% of your worst days to make it through to today. And that you got this. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't. Comment down below. Love to have you with me on this journey. Because it's a we thing. It's us thing. Every single day.